Hi students, today we're working on part 1 of the 12 Days of Christmas assignment. You can see on your direction sheet that we're going to begin by replacing the word name with your first and last name and replacing the word teacher with your homeroom teacher's name. So to do that, you simply click on the word name and you can correctly type your first and last name. Remember, you're important. You start with a capital, one space between words. And then for teacher, you will type in your teacher's name. Remember that you want to put a space after the period. When you're using a period with words, you always have a space after it. You don't use a space with a period when it is a decimal point in numbers, though. The next part of the directions has all the things that are mistakes circled, and it says that there are 16 of those errors or mistakes. You're going to fix them by looking at the correct ones on the back of your paper. So in the first one, partridge in a pear tree, I am missing the D and the T should be capitalized. When you fix mistakes, it's a little bit different with the cells. So normally I would click where the mistake is and I would type, but you can see that that gets rid of my whole thing and I don't want to retype the whole thing, I just want to fix the mistake. If I go to hit undo, nothing is happening. That's because my cursor is flashing inside this cell right now. So I need to click in any other cell to get out of that and it saves my stuff. You can see it says saving right there, now it's saved. And I'm going to hit undo now. Okay, so now it brings it back. So how do we get into the cells? Well, there are two ways to fix it. You can click on the cell and come up to the formula bar here. So I could click where the D goes and type it in. I could click after the lowercase t in tree, backspace it, and put in the uppercase. So that's one way to fix it. The other way to fix it is to double click on the cell. So if I go click, click, you can see it is now flashing at the end of this cell. There's my cursor. I'm going to move my cursor by clicking one time here, backspacing the lowercase f, and putting in the uppercase f. And then 4 calling birds was correct, 5 golden rings, that O should be an E. 6 geese a laying. I've had a lot of questions about this one. So when you are writing with hyphens, this little dash thing which you find on the keyboard next to 0, the hyphen or dash takes the place of the space. So I'm going to double click and remove that space. And then same thing for maids a milking. This time I have to remove the space and put in the missing dash. And you can go ahead and fix the rest of those mistakes. Now let's talk about the numbers for a second. You have a few options here as well. You can either click on it and just retype it correctly. So this was $370.18. You see I did not put the dollar sign in, but when I hit enter or I click in a different cell, it will put it in for you automatically. I've set it up to do that. And this one had a couple extra zeros, so I think this time I'm just going to get rid of those zeros and then hit my enter. And it has fixed that. So you can fix the numbers. And also there's a multiplier one that's wrong. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. This one should be 7. So I'll just replace that by typing it and hit enter. All right, once you have all of the mistakes fixed, you are done with this part and we are not going to submit our work until next week when we complete part 2. Your work should automatically be saved, so you can simply close out of it.